Okay, before we do anything, how are you guys feeling about these two shirts? Likey? Don't likey? Give me your feedback or design your own and email my team at ideas@radicalcg.com. I know I have some creative warm ballers out there, so send me your ideas and try to blow my mind. Okay, alright, that is enough future merchandise talk. Let's get after it. Cool! The top 3 clubs in La Liga. And we'll start with La Liga leaders and my career mode club, Atletico Madrid, who crushed Granada 7-1 on a star performance and hat-trick by Yannick Carrasco. Then second place Real Madrid showed Real Betis, who is the Real Dial. You know, like the real deal. And third place, Sevilla won their first road game in 511 days when they beat Leganes 3-2. And I guess I'll mention that other club from Spain that you might have heard of, Barcelona, who won 4-0, and they got their best player back from injury who promptly scored upon his return. His name's Messi, if you haven't heard of him before. And then they signed this other guy named Neymar to a contract extension, so happy days are here again. Not cool. Me. Because not only did I flunk out on my predictions from Friday, I only got 1 out of 5 right. That's 20%. What a joke! My mom's not gonna love me anymore either. I begged and pleaded for likes on Friday's video like any proper YouTuber. I said, please like me in the descriptions. Please, it's important. My mom's love is riding on it, and it wasn't even close. I mean, what the? Do you guys not want my mom to love me, you savages? So I guess we'll just talk about the specifics of my awesome predictions. We'll start with Arsenal because that's the one I got right. They tried to give the game away after being comfortably in control against Swansea. And I'm looking at you, Granit Xhaka, but whatever, they figured it out and they won their 6th league win in a row, which has led us to that time of the year when Arsenal fans think they have a chance to win the title. They get so excited, they get all their hopes up, they're like, we can do it, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be like the Invincibles, but we've already lost the game, but whatever, it doesn't matter, we're so great. And I don't even know why they bother, because we all know what's gonna happen. They're gonna have a disappointing finish and hashtag banger out. It's gonna be one of the most popular hashtags of the year. And then, thanks to the godly heroics of Everton goalkeeper Martin Stecklenburg, who saved 2 penalties, Manchester City could only muster a draw against the Toffees. So thanks for nothing, Kevin De Bruyne. I was counting on you and your pale ass to make me sound smart. And then, get this, Napoli completely shit the bed at home against Roma, with some piss poor defending and lost 3-1. I mean, how can I predict that they're not gonna mark Edin Dzeko twice and let Mohamed Salah do whatever the hell he wants? I can't, no one can. And then my Sporting Kansas City tried to give the game away multiple times, but Real Salt Lake said, no, we don't want the 3 points. You have them, and gave Sporting Kansas City a great chance, but then Sporting's like, no, you can have a great chance here at the end right before the final whistle, and they didn't want it either, and both teams are really polite, and I just don't understand. You gotta put the nail in the coffin, this is for a playoff spot. These games matter. And finally, my Cholos lost 1-0 with 10 minutes to go to Club America, and though they remain on top of the table in Liga MX, they, like me, are gonna have a bitter taste in their mouth about this weekend. Stupid predictions. Also, a shout out to shit, everyone who made a prediction, because you definitely did better than I did. I'm not bitter. No, I take that back. I'm bitter. Cool! Not cool. Undefeated teams in the Bundesliga. The cool, surprising undefeateds FC Köln and RB Leipzig continue to surprise everyone, but maybe not themselves, with big wins again this weekend. Köln, who I still want to call Cologne, and who are led by the current leading scorer in the Bundesliga, Anthony Modeste, beat Ingolstadt 2-1, and guess who scored both goals? Anthony Modeste. And Leipzig went on the road and beat Wolfsburg 1-0 to make sure that they continue to be the most hated team in Germany. The not cool. Future Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich give up a late mishit shot, or a shot cross, or a Schross, as I like to call it, by American international Timmy Chandler, which was chested in by his teammate and Mexican international Marco Fabian, which gave Eintracht Frankfurt a 2-2 draw with Super Bayern Munich and proved yet again that CONCACAF is the region, yo. CONCACAF for life. Cool! Martin Braithwaite. The Danish international scored 2 goals and had an assist in Toulouse's huge 3-1 win over second place Monaco in League to help his club move up to 4th in the table and keep pace with Nice, who continued their great form by beating Lyon 2-0, and PSG, who were quietly playing a little bit better. Not cool. Inter Milan. And where to start with these guys? They've lost 3 straight games in all competitions, including a 2-1 home loss to Cagliari this weekend, where they were up 1-0 with 20 minutes to go, which has led to speculation that their new manager Ronald de Boer could be fired after Inter dropped to 11th place, a full 10 points behind league leaders Juventus. And also, it gets better. Their captain Mauro Icardi, who just signed a 5-year contract extension, put out his own book last week which referenced an incident with the Inter Ultras where he felt disrespected, and now they're accusing him of lying and they want him stripped of the captaincy, and it's just a shit show. Cool, not cool. FC Dallas. The cool with a nod to the New York Red Bulls for taking over the top spot in the Eastern Conference. The biggest winner in MLS this weekend was FC Dallas, who are neck and neck with the Colorado Rapids for the best record in the league. Fortunately for them, the Rapids lost 1-0 to the Portland Timbers, and they scored 2 goals in the last 15 minutes to come from behind and beat the Seattle Sounders 2-1. So as it stands, Dallas has 59 points and Colorado has 57 points with 1 game to go. Also of note, if FC Dallas can win the Supporters Shield, which is given to the team with the best regular season record, to go along with their US Open Cup, then that means they are 1 MLS Cup away from being the first domestic treble winner in league history. The not cool? 2 of their top players, Kellen Acosta and Mauro Diaz, both suffered potentially season-ending injuries which could hurt the team's chances of making history. Not cool. Didier Drogba. After being informed that he wasn't starting for his Montreal Impact due to a coaching decision in their big derby against Toronto FC, Drogba asked to not even be part of the 18, which is a shame because they could have used his experience and his leadership when they were clinging on to a 2-1 lead that they eventually gave up and drew 2-2. But to end that lack of professionalism on a happy note, with that 1 point, the Montreal Impact secured a playoff spot for the 2nd consecutive season. Cool! Chivas Guadalajara. After more than a few years of not living up to their own hype, one of Mexico's most successful clubs seems to be finding their confidence and swagger again with their impressive 2-0 win on the road against Puebla, which puts them only 4 points behind league leaders, the Cholos of Tijuana, with only 4 games to go before the playoffs start. So we'll see if they can keep this momentum going. Not cool. Whoever made the schedule for the Brazilian Serie A. 2 days. 2 days after second place Flamengo beat Fluminense in one of the biggest derbies in all of Brazil, the Fla-Flu derby, Flamengo had to go on the road again and play against Internacional, and they lost 2-1, and now they've dropped 4 points behind league leaders Palmeiras, who had an extra day of rest, and of course they won. So let's just call it what it is. Total bull. Cool. Us. And I say us because this is a we thing, and there are almost officially 50,000 of us warm ballers now. I mean, how Conradical is that? So in honor of this achievement, I'm going to answer 50 questions in an upcoming video, so ask me anything that you want. And on that note, I am done talking. So thank you so much for your continued support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later. Steph, important question. Messi or Ronaldo? It's got to be Messi all day, every day. Guys. That's it. Messi or